Welcome to our comprehensive journey into SQL, the structured query language. SQL is the backbone of modern data management, enabling us to interact with databases efficiently. Whether you're a beginner or looking to refresh your knowledge, this video will guide you through the essentials. We'll start by exploring what SQL is, its history, and why it's so widely used in the world of data. By the end of this introduction, you'll understand the fundamental role SQL plays in storing, retrieving, and manipulating data. Let's dive in and unlock the power of SQL together. Before we get hands-on with SQL, it's important to understand what a database is. A database is an organized collection of data, typically stored and accessed electronically from a computer system. Databases make it easy to store large amounts of information and retrieve it quickly when needed. They are used in almost every industry, from banking to healthcare, to manage everything from customer records to transaction histories. Understanding databases is the first step in mastering SQL, as SQL is the language we use to communicate with these systems. SQL stands for Structured Query Language. It's a standardized programming language specifically designed for managing and manipulating relational databases. With SQL, you can create, read, update, and delete data, often referred to as CRUD operations. SQL is used by database administrators, developers, and analysts to ensure data is organized and accessible. Its syntax is straightforward, making it approachable for beginners while powerful enough for advanced users. Let's look at how SQL bridges the gap between users and the data they need. Most SQL databases are relational, meaning they store data in tables that are related to each other. Each table consists of rows and columns, much like a spreadsheet. The power of relational databases lies in their ability to connect different tables using keys, allowing for complex queries and data analysis. Understanding the structure of relational databases is crucial for writing effective SQL queries. In the next scenes, we'll see how tables, rows, and columns work together to organize data efficiently. The heart of every relational database are tables. Each table represents a specific type of data, such as customers or orders. Rows in a table represent individual records, while columns define the attributes of those records. For example, a customer's table might have columns for name, email, and phone number, with each row representing a different customer. Understanding this structure helps you write precise SQL queries and retrieve exactly the data you need. These are essential in relational databases. A primary key uniquely identifies each record in a table, ensuring there are no duplicates. Foreign keys, on the other hand, create relationships between tables by referencing primary keys in other tables. This system of keys enables databases to maintain data integrity and allows for powerful queries that combine information from multiple tables. Mastering keys is a fundamental skill for any SQL user. Now let's get into the basics of SQL syntax. SQL statements are made up of keywords and clauses that tell the database what to do. The language is case-insensitive, but it's common practice to write keywords in uppercase for clarity. Each statement ends with a semicolon. Understanding the basic structure of SQL commands will make it easier to read and write queries as we move forward. Select statement is one of the most commonly used commands in SQL. It allows you to retrieve data from one or more tables. By specifying the columns you want and the table they're in, you can extract exactly the information you need. Select is the foundation of data analysis in SQL, and mastering it opens the door to more advanced queries. Often, you don't want to retrieve all the data from a table. The where clause lets you filter results based on specific conditions. For example, you can select only customers from a certain city or orders above a certain amount. Using where makes your queries more precise and efficient, ensuring you get only the data that matters to you. Once you've selected your data, you might want to sort it. The order by clause lets you arrange results in ascending or descending order based on one or more columns. This is especially useful for organizing reports or finding top-performing records. Order by is a simple yet powerful tool for making your data more readable and actionable. Sometimes, you only need a subset of your data. The limit clause allows you to specify the maximum number of records to return. This is particularly helpful when working with large datasets or when testing queries. By using limit, you can quickly preview your data without overwhelming your screen or your database. Adding new records to your database is done with the insert statement. This command lets you specify the table and the values for each column. Insert is essential for growing your database and keeping your information up to date. Whether you're adding a single record or multiple at once, mastering insert is a key part of SQL proficiency. When information changes, you need to update your database. The update statement allows you to modify existing records. By specifying which rows to change and what new values to assign, you can keep your data accurate and relevant. Update is a powerful tool, but it should be used carefully to avoid unintended changes. Sometimes, you need to remove data from your database. The delete statement lets you permanently erase records that are no longer needed. By combining delete with the where clause, you can target specific rows for removal. It's important to use delete with caution, as deleted data cannot be easily recovered. To store data, you first need to create tables. The create table statement defines the structure of a new table, including its columns and data types. This is the foundation of any database, as it determines how information will be organized and accessed. Understanding create table is essential for designing effective databases. As your database evolves, you may need to change the structure of your tables. The alter table statement lets you add, modify, or delete columns. This flexibility ensures your database can adapt to new requirements without losing existing data. Alter table is a valuable command for maintaining and updating your database schema. When a table is no longer needed, you can remove it entirely using the drop table statement. This command deletes the table and all its data permanently. Use drop table with caution as this action cannot be undone. It's an important tool for keeping your database clean and organized. Every column in a table must have a data type, such as integer, varchar, or date. Data types define what kind of information can be stored in each column and help ensure data integrity. Choosing the right data type is crucial for optimizing storage and performance. Let's explore the most common SQL data types and their uses. Constraints are rules that enforce data integrity in your tables. Common constraints include not null, unique, primary key, and foreign key. These rules ensure that your data remains accurate and consistent, preventing errors and duplicates. Applying the right constraints is a best practice in database design. Indexes are special database objects that speed up data retrieval. By creating indexes on columns that are frequently searched or sorted, you can make your queries much faster. However, indexes also take up space and can slow down data insertion, so they should be used thoughtfully. Understanding indexes is key to optimizing your database's performance. One of SQL's most powerful features is the ability to join tables. Join operations allow you to combine data from multiple tables based on related columns. This lets you answer complex questions and generate comprehensive reports. There are several types of joins, each serving a different purpose. Let's start by understanding the basics of table joins. The inner join is the most common type of join in SQL. It returns only the rows where there is a match in both tables. This is useful when you want to see related data that exists in both places, such as customers who have placed orders. Inner join helps you focus on the intersection of your datasets. A left join returns all rows from the left table and the matched rows from the right table. If there's no match, the result is still included but with null values for the right table's columns. This is useful for finding records that may not have related data in another table, such as customers without orders. The right join is similar to left join, but it returns all rows from the right table and the matched rows from the left table. If there's no match, the left table's columns will have null values. Right join is less common but useful in certain scenarios where you need all records from the right table. Full outer join returns all rows from both tables, matching them where possible. If there's no match, the result will have null values for the missing side. This join is useful for combining datasets and ensuring no information is left out, even if some records don't have a match in the other table. The group by clause is used to group rows that have the same values in specified columns. This is especially useful when combined with aggregate functions like count, sum, avg, min, and max. Group by helps you summarize and analyze your data, making it easier to spot trends and patterns. Aggregate functions perform calculations on multiple rows of data and return a single value. Common aggregate functions include count, which counts rows, sum, which adds values, avg, which calculates the average, min, and max, which find the smallest and largest values. These functions are essential for data analysis in SQL. Having clause is used to filter groups created by group by. Unlike where, which filters individual rows, having filters entire groups based on aggregate values. For example, you can use having to find departments with more than 10 employees. This clause is vital for advanced data analysis. Subquery is a query nested inside another query. Subqueries can be used in select, insert, update, or delete statements to perform complex operations. They allow you to break down complicated problems into smaller, manageable parts. Mastering subqueries will greatly expand your SQL capabilities. The union operator combines the results of two or more select statements into a single result set. Union removes duplicate records, while union all includes all results, even duplicates. These operators are useful for merging data from different sources or tables. A view is a virtual table based on the result of a select query. Views simplify complex queries, enhance security by restricting access to specific data, and make your database easier to manage. You can use views just like regular tables in your queries. Stored procedures are sets of SQL statements that can be saved and reused. They help automate repetitive tasks, improve performance, and ensure consistency. By using stored procedures, you can simplify complex operations and make your database more efficient. Triggers are special procedures that automatically execute in response to certain events, such as inserting or updating data. They help enforce business rules and maintain data integrity without manual intervention. Triggers are powerful tools for automating database behavior. Transaction is a sequence of SQL statements that are executed as a single unit. Transactions ensure that either all operations succeed or none do, maintaining data consistency. Key commands include begin, commit, and rollback. Transactions are essential for reliable and safe data management. Normalization is the process of organizing data to reduce redundancy and improve integrity. By dividing data into related tables and defining relationships, normalization makes databases more efficient and easier to maintain. Understanding normalization is key to designing robust databases. While normalization is important, sometimes denormalization is used to improve performance. Denormalization involves combining tables or duplicating data to reduce the number of joins needed for queries. This can speed up data retrieval but may increase redundancy. Knowing when to denormalize is an advanced database design skill. Security is a critical aspect of database management. SQL provides various features to control access, such as user roles and permissions. By restricting who can view or modify data, you protect sensitive information and prevent unauthorized changes. Always follow best practices for database security. Backing up your database is essential to prevent data loss. SQL provides tools and commands for creating backups and restoring data when needed. Regular backups ensure that you can recover from hardware failures, software bugs, or accidental deletions. Make backup and recovery a routine part of your database management. SQL is a cornerstone of business intelligence. It enables organizations to analyze large datasets, generate reports, and make data-driven decisions. By mastering SQL, you can unlock valuable insights and contribute to your organization's success. Business intelligence relies on accurate, timely data, and SQL delivers just that. There are many SQL-based database systems, each with its own strengths. Popular options include MySQL, PostgreSQL, Microsoft SQL Server, and SQLite. While the core SQL language is similar across these systems, each has unique features and extensions. Choosing the right database depends on your project's needs. While SQL databases are powerful, NoSQL databases offer alternative approaches for certain use cases. NoSQL systems are designed for unstructured or semi-structured data and can scale horizontally. Understanding the differences between SQL and NoSQL helps you choose the right tool for your data challenges. Even experienced users make mistakes in SQL. Common errors include missing semicolons, incorrect joins, or forgetting to use where and update or delete statements. Being aware of these pitfalls helps you write more reliable and efficient queries. Practice and attention to detail are key to mastering SQL. Following best practices ensures your SQL code is efficient, readable, and secure. Use clear naming conventions, comment your queries, and always test on sample data before running on production. Regularly review and optimize your queries for performance. Good habits lead to better results and fewer headaches. There are many resources available to help you learn SQL, from online tutorials and courses to books and community forums. Practice is essential, so try writing your own queries and experimenting with sample databases. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become in using SQL. Congratulations on completing this introduction to SQL. You've learned the basics of databases, SQL syntax, and essential commands. With these skills, you're ready to start building and managing your own databases. Keep practicing, explore advanced topics, and continue your journey in the world of data. SQL is a valuable tool that will serve you well in many fields.